Okay, buckle up. We're on the north side of the house. This is called an expansion joint by a lot of people, or a control joint. Take your pick, same difference. Okay? The rain gutters discharge below grade. This is a post-tension slab foundation. Some of them have piers, some of them don't. I don't know. I just know that it's a post-tension slab foundation on grade. Okay. This is the emergency drain line for one of your air conditioning systems. If you have a problem with the evaporator coil drain line, it drains over this bathroom window. That's by design, so that way you see it, and then you know that you have a problem. Okay, these are called weep holes right here. All walls leak. That's homeownership 101. All walls, all roofs, they all leak. This allows any water vapor, or allows water vapor and moisture to escape the wall system. Post tension. We're coming along here. I'm still on the north side. This is the west. Okay, so the northwest corner, these are irrigation valves for your lawn sprinkler system. It's not a check valve. Alright, so I don't know where the main check valve and shutoff valve is for the lawn sprinkler system. This home has got pest control that's integrated into it by Home Team when it was built. Okay, we've got a little bit of cracking between the brick and mortar. The stonework right here on the front, this northwest corner. We got a little bit of a gap, and your soffit right there. These soffit baffles, these soffits are just about continuous, which is a good thing. It'd be even better if the baffles are better. Okay, a lot of people call these pop cracks, but these are shrinkage cracks. If it's in the span of a hand and it goes this direction, this is not a foundation issue. It may be a brick issue. It's supporting the brick above here, the stone, okay, but it's not a foundation issue. If this crack was going this other direction or further out, that would be a different story, but these are pretty much typical. Wood mulch next to the house, okay, that is conducive to wood destroying insects, termites specifically. So I know that a lot of people have it. I get that, but it's also conducive, so just be aware. Make educated decisions. These trees are too close. A tree should not be closer to a slab foundation than 25 feet. Coming out here on the parkway, okay, this is the water meter in the parkway between the curb and the street. Right here, this little guy right there, that's your cheater wheel or your cheater paddle. If that's moving, you have a leak. If you can't see the leak, you have a leak where you can't see it. And that's water supply, by the way. That's not the drain system. That's just your potable water supply. That's your water meter. And that's how you tell. Close this up a little bit so nobody trips too bad. Some of your rain gutters are discharging above grade, but most of them are below grade. Right up here, let's see if we can zoom this in. Okay, we've got some rotten fascia right there. Alright, okay, and then if you look above this metal trim right here, edge trim, edge flashing, okay, you go up here, it's supposed to lap a minimum of 10 inches. Some of these laps are pretty good. This one's pretty good, actually. Some of them are not so good. You see it quite often. Now, that window has a weep hole over it. These arches, they never do. Don't understand, but they never do. All right, so this is the doorbell. I cannot find the water disconnect. I cannot find the main drain cleanout. I cannot locate the lawn sprinkler valve, main valve and vacuum breaker to the lawn sprinkler system. I can't believe there's not one on a house this new. I can't believe those items aren't present. They probably are, but they're not visible. Cannot find them at the time of inspection. these irrigation lines, these exposed irrigation lines, it's okay that they're exposed as long as they are not, there's not more than 12 inches of them exposed. Now, if you do have more, you can secure them with staples. This right over here, that should be secured with staples. Okay, we've got this going on in several places around the house. The rain gutters should not discharge directly onto the roof covering. Rain gutters should not discharge directly onto the roof covering. Alright, moving on along. We have another irrigation box over here. Again, that's to the sprinkler system, but that's the individual valves. This is the water pressure. It's way over 100 psi. I always allow about 10 psi for my equipment. Just, fudge a little bit, I guess you'd say, but when you're sitting here looking at 125, I believe everybody would agree that pressure is high. Coming along, this is the south side of the house. That is your kitchen vent fan. Okay. Moving along, this is all pretty much uneventful here. I'm not seeing any signs. I'm not seeing much in the way of signs of movement. Coming around to the back porch. Okay, this door is not required. It's not a requirement that this door has a self-closing spring because it does not open to the living space. We have our steps down into the garage. They could be a little more consistent. This is the garage door opener button. It's too close. It should not be closer to the garage floor or the threshold than 5 feet. 5 feet. This is a nice, quiet garage door opener. It has a backup battery and it's got Wi-Fi capabilities. This receptacle outlet is not GFCI protected. This electric receptacle outlet is not GFCI protected. This is a 50-gallon water heater. You have an expansion tank. You have electronic ignition. It's 6 years old on the manufacturing label. Alright, the gas line should have had an escutcheon plate right there. And then just like this is insulated and these are insulated, these lines should have been insulated closer to the tank. This is your electric service panel. Okay. Not a lot going on in here. It's pretty clean, I gotta say. When this home was built, you weren't required to have AFCI in the laundry. You don't have AFCI in the laundry. You should have it labeled right inside of here. It says where the continuous grounding, the bonding, is located, and that's not here. Bonding's not here. Oh, and up in here, trying not to electrocute myself. You see these little grommets, all right, around these cables. You have one cable coming in here without the grommet, so the edge of that cable can rub onto the insulation and cause a short. You shouldn't have more than a 1/4 inch gap between the panel and the sheetrock. This panel's bent up pretty good. I had a booger of a time getting this screw out. So the panel cover doesn't fit real well, I gotta say. And then the panel is screwed in. Okay, it's mounted with screws. Screws get it real tight. The screws break. If you have a hurricane or earthquake or a tornado, these screws break. Nails have more shear strength. The panels are supposed to be installed with nails. This is your lawn sprinkler control system. There's no instructions. Stations are not labeled. Okay. I'm not sure. That's not the backup battery for the garage door opener. The garage door opener, the optic sensors are higher than 6 inches from the ground. That's not good. You do have a pull handle. That is good. The manual door lock has not been decommissioned. That's not good. It has not much of it, but you've got your spring tension stickers, and you've got your child protection stickers. And you should have a child protection sticker over here as well. The doors are only, the safety reverse is only inspected for physical operation, and it works. And with the backup battery, by the way, that tells us, and we've learned that receptacle outlet on the ceiling is GFCI protected. Only these two in the garage are not. And this one operates the refrigerator, so there's no reason for that refrigerator to turn off. There's not much in it anyway. Coming along here, this is the south side of the garage. Got a gas port here on the garage. On the exterior, on the patio, some manufacturers specify that they should not be underneath the patio. So if you're going to put a grill out here, take care and read the instructions. Wood mulch next to the house again, bushes next to the house, all that should be cut back. This is the back exterior water faucet. That's the view there. Let's keep moving. So the door's in good shape. Okay, the Brick Institute says that you should have flashing over here. But they have an exception. They have an exception. If you have the weep holes, that's the minimum. Okay, casement is off of the ground. Casement's in pretty good shape. Metal door panels. Shrinkage crack. Okay, the gas enters the north side of the garage. Gas is electrically bonded. Okay, that's your shut-off valve for the gas if you have an emergency. It's kind of crude. The lawn sprinkler control wires, this is the conduit for that, and they're broken. Okay, the meter is sealed. Electric power is below grade. The grounding rod is buried. The water heater drain lines discharged properly. Another expansion control joint. Coming along here, we're on the north side. We got a lot of water over here. Water's collecting and pooling on this north wall. Okay, I'm sloshing through it. Upstairs, downstairs, 1.5 tons, 4 tons. Properly fused. R410. These are the disconnects. Disconnect shouldn't be behind a unit. This one is over to the side. I'm not particularly worried about it. I'm worried about much. This one over here is closer to the unit and it's covered by a bush, so it's hard for a technician to get in here and work. This insulation is no longer acceptable. It should be rigid and hard plastic. Keep squirrels from chewing on it and such. The coils are mostly clean, but they're a little bit dirty on the back sides. These valves, these Schrader valves, service ports, those caps should have been anti-theft. To keep people from stealing refrigerant and to keep wayward miners from huffing refrigerant to get high. That's really what it was about. It was a safety precaution. Moving along here again, more than 12 inches, then we should have staples securing the drip. Coming along here, this roof is too steep for me. I don't have that much mountain goat in me. I'm going to put a ladder up. However, the rain gutter should not discharge directly onto the roof. Satellite dishes are supposed to have a special jig. None of them do. The only one I've ever seen is going to be the illustration that I'm going to provide with the inspection report. But anyway, satellite dishes should not be mounted directly to the roof. This is an urban compass. These dishes usually face south. Okay, we have a little bit of movement on our freeze board right here. The water's collecting